I'm standing here looking at Riju. She's looking back at me. We are both very happy with our lives together now. Or our lives as it should be. Anyway, welcome back, guys, to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Ever since I first started this LP, I've had this weird plan of just getting unbearably cold and having to change my clothes in the middle of my speech about what it was I was going to do in the video. You know what, let me... Uh-oh. Oh yeah, we gotta do this thing first, though. One of these I actually didn't show in the LP. These cutscenes that play as you run away. You know, it's like just to tell you that you have the avatar now. Yeah, I think it was Sidon, actually. I don't remember, but anyway. I'm just gonna make myself a little rocket platform here so that I can jump on top of it and do the thing. Yeah, just like that. That way we can get over to the temple in a little bit less time. Man, the temple's so big that even when you go way up in the air, it still just kind of feels like, oh my god, you know? I guess there are some bones on the way here. But I don't know, the point of this video was supposed to be one specific thing, and I think we should kind of stick true to that. If you're gonna look for Koroks, do that in a different video. Not this one. I'm saying screw the Koroks. How long is it gonna take us to get to the temple so that we can actually start this? We can see the moon setting behind the temple as we slowly approach it. Man, you don't realize how big this thing is until you actually try to run up to it from far away. Holy jeez, man. So, the point of this video, which is gonna... I mean, I'm basically gonna already say in the title, but, yeah. The first time I played this game, after I finished this temple, or maybe even before I finished it, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it was after, though, I got here, and I just went around the outside of this temple and just kind of ran around outside of it. Now, I know that sounds completely lame, like, why would you do that? There's not that much to find out here. But, like, there's just something about the sheer size of this thing that, I mean, I would say fascinates me, but I don't know if that's really the word. What does the sky look like right about now? Looks like the sun's about to come up over there as we round the corner. Man, what a time to be alive, let me tell you. Oh, we got shrines out here, too. At least now that we've gotten rid of the sandstorms, those will be mostly visible. But yeah, like, what I wanted to do was just do, like, an entire video of myself just running around the outside of this temple. And that's, like, all I was gonna do. Because you could literally spend a half hour just running around the outside of this temple. You literally could. And it's crazy, because this place is so huge that even just going down one side of it, you know, it's like... You know, as you run along the walls, you can't help but wonder, like, what's on the other side of this wall right now? Is there actually anything physically on the other side of it? If I could somehow break the game and run through this wall, would I find myself inside of the temple? Would there be a room there? Or is this all just, like, window dressing for the outside or something? Well, you know, and not to say that there aren't things outside of the temple, because there totally are, like the occasional... you know, rock that you can break. There's another one down further below, but I'm not gonna mess with that. I suppose I could. You know what? I mean, it's there. Let's do it. I mean, I guess if I was smart, I would have started, like, at the very bottom, instead of starting, like, one thing up. What do you even call these things? That's the thing, I don't really know. One rung up? I don't think rung is the right word I'm looking for here. You know, and I know I actually talked about this in a Dragon Quest Builders 2 video already, so I might talk about it here too, but I don't know. I don't know how many people are watching, like, both this and that one. I can't imagine that it's too many, but it might be. Either way, there are moments in video games where you kind of just, you get lost in that feeling of just being there. You know, being immersed in a world, or just being in a place where your character is just running around and you're just kind of there with them, and you're just spending this time just existing in this world, not necessarily doing anything. There's like so much of our lives we spend not really doing anything, we just kind of exist in a space, and you know, maybe we occasionally think about stuff, maybe you take a walk in the park, maybe you go to the gym and work out, maybe when you're cooking you're just kind of thinking about, oh, I'm in the kitchen, you know, stirring the hamburger meat in the pan or whatever, and not really... Ugh. I wish I could say that I was leading somewhere with this, somewhere profound and amazing, that was going to change your life. and make you wonder why you ever doubted, you know, that there was beauty in the world or something. But no, it's just like, there is just something about existing. You know, and as I've gotten older, I've gotten into this sort of frame of mind of like, I always have to be doing something. Like, I want to accomplish as much as I can while I have the chance to, while I'm here. You know, and yet, there's also times when I think, you know, it would be nice if I could just be content with just existing and not necessarily always progressing towards something. But it's weird, because when I play video games, I do need that sense of, like, progressing towards something. And I guess because video games are technically, like, already, in some sense, just existing. And so why would you want to exist just for the sake of existing in a video game where existing is all you do? Like, I can't really put this into words properly, I think. But, I guess in some ways it really is like life imitating art imitating life, you know? It's... Oh. So I think we've already been on that side, so maybe we can go up one. We can just kind of gradually go up every time we pass the front. That way we can really explore every square inch of the outside of this. I wouldn't be surprised if even then I still end up missing something. There are chests out here, they're not very many, but occasionally you'll run into one. So, it's always worth maybe a look. I don't really know if there's anything you can ultra hand or fuse to your weapons out here. I kind of don't think there really is. Finding a surprisingly large number of these little ore veins, though. So definitely grab these. I don't know if I'll ever actually do anything with what I collect from them. Oh wait, there's a chest right there. Hang on, did I just run right past that? Oh, please tell me I didn't. Let's go ahead and grab it then. Ooh, Radiant Shield, yeah. Radiant Shield, almost as beautiful as the... Oh, and I'm actually using it right now. Yeah, I like the Radiant Shield. I actually like the way the Radiant Shield looks a lot. It's just sometimes there's times when you just have to kind of stop and not be making progress, and just stop and appreciate the beauty of what's around you. And just accept that there will be times when you're not necessarily progressing towards something, that you're not... Uh-oh, it's getting hot. Maybe I should fix that. Alright, so I just made it into nighttime so that way I could just use some cold-resistant food and then put on my, you know, stealth gear so that way I could run faster. Just to kind of get through this a little bit faster. Of course, then again, you know, that's one of the things that you do in life. It's like you're always thinking about, how can I expedite this process? How can I make myself get through something a little quicker? Rather than just slowing down and appreciating the, you know, the process, the journey of getting there. But at the same time, like, I understand why you would want to maybe do that to some extent in your life, why you still want to optimize a little bit, you know, your time management, depending on what it is you're doing. But, because I'm not the kind of person that is prone to set aside time just to rest. Like, I don't just lay down for the sake of laying down. I lay down when it's time to go to bed, that's pretty much it. But it's very rare that, like, even if I'm sick, it's very rare that I lay down and just, like, put a cold washcloth over my head or something. And it's funny because anytime that I ever have tried doing that, I've never regretted it. I never felt like I was wasting time when I did it. And yet, it's like, I can never just make myself stay in that mentality of, like, yeah, well, you know, I'm just existing here, you know, that sometimes I just need to, you know, let time move along without me, you know, being there to be acutely aware of it all the time, and to be acutely aware of, like, what I'm doing, or just constantly feeling the need to make progress towards something. And again, it's like, I struggle to even put this into words, because I feel like the thoughts are coming into my head a million miles a minute, and it's like, even in that sense, I feel like I'm constantly like, oh, I gotta get these words right, you know, or I gotta make sure that this, you know, that I'm expressing my thoughts properly, rather than just kind of letting them flow. You know, it's like, I could just let them flow, but then half the time I end up not making sense, really. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, I don't know if it's a thing that just happens to people as they get older. Maybe it only happens to certain people and not others. But definitely as I've gotten older, I've gotten more just, you know, and I know I've said this in another video, but I've kind of become, you know, aware of the passage of time, and even something like sitting at a traffic light is painful to me, because I'm like, how much... Well, that was even, like, in the Koroks video I talked about that, isn't it? Yeah, so I already said this. And why do I feel the need to say it again? I'm trying to find a good way to, like, get to the next level without skipping too much here. Let me just go ahead and jump right here. I just don't want to, like, skip a level or something like that. I mean, like, how high are we right now? I'm not even sure. But of course, it doesn't matter how high we are. It's just, we're on the temple. We're walking around the lightning temple for a half hour and doing nothing, you know? But it's okay, you know, because... I wish what I really need to do, I guess, is just go back to the first time that I did this and think... Wait, didn't I already... Oh, that was down there. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, didn't I already jump the chimneys here? But no, I guess I did, but it was like those ones down there. So you look like, how high are we up right now? We're pretty high up. I mean, geez, yeah, that angle definitely makes it look high. So how far are we from the top? We're actually not too far from the top. I guess we're getting there. Yeah. Still, though. Okay, let me just get back down here, then. This is not the level I was just on, is it? I don't think it is. Yeah, for the most part, though, like, you walk around here, you're not going to find that much. But yeah, my first time playing this, though, I just wandered around the outside of this temple. I didn't care about making progress in the game. I didn't care about what weapon I was carrying, or what the weather was like, or how much, you know, how many Koroks I had, or what I needed to turn in to get some specific reward. All I was doing was just running around in the game. And I feel like in some sense, maybe this is something that you could only do if you were... Okay, this is gonna sound bad because, like, it sounds like a boomer talking here or something, but, like... I remember before video games went 3D, when all we had was 2D. And every time I thought about 3D games, you know, during that time, I thought about how cool is it gonna be when video games go 3D. But I would never, like, when I daydreamed about possible, or, like, speculated about what games might be like when they went 3D, I never thought about, like, rewards or weapons or fighting monsters. I just thought about running around in a 3D atmosphere and just being there, just going there, and just exploring in 3D. Because that's what I wanted to do. And, like, obviously, there's more to it than that, and when I started to play 3D games, I did do the other stuff. I got Mario 64, I went for the stars. I got Banjo-Kazooie, I went for the jiggies. I fought bosses, I collected eggs, I threw eggs. You know, but at the same time, there was always a part of the game that was just, you know, being there and walking to the next area and just kind of looking around. You know, and not necessarily always engaging or trying to, you know, do fancy moves or anything like that. I mean, you can still do that, and there is still appeal in that, I totally get that. But there's also something about just those moments in between where nothing is happening, where you're just going from point A to point B. It's just the classic liminal spaces, really, is all it is. You know, because it's that transitory period. It's like, I mean, it's pretty much like Eyepatchwolf said in his video about liminal spaces, that, you know, when you go to a convention or something, or you're, like, staying at a hotel, there's that moment when you're in the hotel. It's like, it's not a place that you live. It's not a place that you permanently reside in. It's just a place, it's like a transitory place that you stay in between two other places. Or like when you're standing in an elevator, you know, you're not... Yeah, the elevator is not the place where you live. It's not a place where you permanently exist. It's just a place where you exist for a short time as you're going from point A to point B. And sometimes those moments, you know, those moments when you're standing in the elevator, when you're standing on the escalator, when you're staying in a hotel, when you're growing up, you know, and figuring out who you are, that's like a transitory period too. And you're always, you know, so it's not always about, you know, the destination. Well, I don't know. You know, people say, well, it's about the journey, not the destination. And maybe this is just an overtly complicated way of saying that same thing. But it's just that moment when you kind of just have to stop and say, man, I am here, and I'm thankful that I'm here, you know? I don't know. I saw a couple of, like, Zonai devices on the south side of this thing, or the back side, whatever you call it. Oh, there's another chest right there. Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, there is stuff out here. It's very rare, but it's there. It's not exactly bad stuff either. So there's some chimneys on the back side. I don't know where I saw those Maybe that was like further up. I thought I saw like little Zonai devices on the next level up. Oh, maybe just a minute. No, there they are, right there. Hell yeah. Got a rocket and a cannon. Probably not going to use those two things together. So here we are, just running around the lightning temple, just being in transit from one video to the next, one place to the next. I mean, I guess like a moment like this when you're just running around a temple, you're not really like in a transitory period then. Excuse me. Because like we're not actually going anywhere, we're not going from A to B here, we're just kind of hanging out. So maybe the liminal, you know, maybe the whole like liminal spaces, like hotel, transitory place discussion doesn't make any sense here. Oh my god. Sometimes there are times when I just like, when I just stop in the middle of a sentence and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying here. Holy crow. Oh, we're back around the front side again. This trip is getting shorter each time, obviously because as you get closer to the top, it takes less time to run around the outside of it. And we gotta be getting pretty close here. Let's see how high up we are now. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. Man, we are way up there, though. Hope I didn't, like, run past something back there. Yeah, and the one thing I was worried about with making this specific video, though, was just the video where I run around the lightning temple for a half hour. There was a part of me that was like, well, you know, what am I gonna do for all that time? Like, I always knew I wanted to do this. I didn't even dare to try to plan out anything to say while making this video. I just thought, well, I'll just make it and just shoot from the hip, you know? And it'll turn out okay, because usually it does when I do stuff like that. Which is not to say that I think, like, that I'm good at it. But I don't know if there even is a way to be good at it, you know? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you gotta act like you're just having a conversation with somebody. You're just sitting right next to somebody and just pouring your thoughts out, or pouring over what's going on inside your head. And now we're on the third level of chimneys here. There's the second one down there. Just keep jumping from one to the other. Wee-oo. You know, cold resistance is about to run out. Yeah, we're getting closer to the... Yeah, that's the top right there. So with each level that we ascend on this thing, like I said already, and I don't know why I'm repeating myself here. It's like I'm repeating myself because I'm out of material, so I'm just replaying the same crap over and over again. Same thoughts going through my head. I don't know. It's just, I guess the older I get, I also kind of start to worry about... Well, you know, I kind of made a vlog about this earlier today. I don't know if that's ever going to go up, but I have this constant anxiety of worrying about repeating myself or telling the same stories over and over again. Because I feel like maybe I've just... You know, maybe I've run my course, you know, and, like, I don't have anything else to really tell. But yet I continue to come on here and make videos, and, like, people continue to watch them, and I'm like, well, okay, alright. Yeah, more power to you, then. Yeah, I think that's all there is for this level. Might as well go to the next one. I kind of thought there was one more chest here. Maybe it's up here, I don't know. Let me just take a look over here. See something kind of glowy right here. I mean, sometimes, like, when I was doing this my first time, I would stop and just look at the walls. And you see, like, you know, the camel insignia, which clearly is meant to reference the corresponding dungeon of the first game. That happens in this area. There's another one facing the other way. There's actually two of them. I really should go get those sand boots. I know where they are now, but and I could have gotten them earlier. I just kind of didn't. Would have been very helpful right now instead of having to rely solely on my speed booster here. Or just run along the ground where there's no sand. Either way, we're getting there, though. We're slowly ascending this thing. I guess there's also something to be said for, like, how easy something like this is to do. Because, like, a lot of times video games are challenging, and that's definitely part of the appeal of them. But also sometimes, you know, you can take a challenging game and just turn it into something easy just for a short time. It's sort of like, well, what is that sort of like? Can't even really come up with a comparison. Because that's not something you could do with something like a crossword puzzle. I mean, you might think crossword puzzles are challenging, sure. But is there an easy mode for crossword puzzles? You know, maybe just put any letters you want into the crossword puzzle. Just make your own answers and totally disregard the clues. and just fill it out with letters. And that's like something a 5-year-old kid would do or something. But, you know, at the same time, there's a reason they do that, though, I guess, because it's just fun. You know, and that sometimes you just want to ignore the rules and say, to hell with the rules, who cares about the rules? I just want to do my own thing. I want to put my own letters in the puzzle. And I guess that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just putting my own letters into the puzzle. And that's it for that side, so I'm just gonna do this right here. Oh god, jeez, wow. Oh, that was something. So I have a rocket shield, and I'll make this a little easier. Yeah, let me see what's gonna be like the easiest way to get up there. I don't know if I can actually ascend through any of this. Try. Wait. Oh shoot. Yeah, I guess there is. Well, sure, I guess we just made it to the top. Jeez. That was weird. That didn't seem to take as long as I was expecting it to, but I guess, you know, when you have, you know, commentary or when you're talking about stuff, it makes the time go by a little bit faster. Yeah, we haven't actually seen the roof of the temple yet, though. And they did kind of make that out to be important. I think they said something at one point about you can corner the boss up here, which seems like a little bit of a weird way to word that. It's like, how exactly would you corner the boss up here? They could just fly away in any direction. This would be the literal opposite of cornering something, trapping it up here. Either way, though, yeah, this is the roof. And it is our final destination of whatever you're even calling this right now. But man, I almost wonder, you know, there's another thought I've had about this, is what if I just uploaded this without commentary? You know, what if I just uploaded it without commentary? Just myself running around the temple. Oh gosh, what the heck? Oh, okay, that's like, that goes into the room. I didn't realize you could do that. I didn't realize this was here. Like this little opening here that goes into the boss room. You could just jump right down there. I wonder if you could always do that. That'd be crazy. Maybe that's what they mean by cornering the boss down here. Anyway, let's see what we got here. 3 mirrors. That would have been, well, no, it's not like we were short on mirrors or anything. Well, we definitely would have used those. Like, I guess if you came to this temple first, you know, getting that chest would be useful. Something you always could do. I can't get over that this hole is over here, though. The Mural's myth risen from the sands, baby. Yeah, and we're back in it. I assume there isn't anything here that you would, like, fight or do whatever. And there's the mural. Man. I wonder if I lit this up, like, if anything would happen. Huh. Oh, I guess not. Well, I had to try. Is that like water up there? Oh, jeez. Oh, there is water in here. Holy jeez. Boy, if you had asked me, you know, 5 minutes ago, is there water in the lightning temple, I would have said no. Well, there definitely is, though. So is this like the platform that took us up here, I guess? I don't know. And there's this beautiful glass windowing, or whatever you call this. Yeah, wow. So can we ascend out of here? Not really. That's so funny you can actually see the sky from here. Like, this would be a great place to just lay down and look up at the sky. But then again, why do you want to do that when you can just go straight up to the top? Well, as far as that goes, the faster way would probably be to... Wait a minute, how do you do that again? Press X and just do this right here? Yeah. Man, you know what this really makes me curious about, though, is like what speedrunners do in this temple, because I've never watched like a speedrun of this. I can only imagine like where you could go, like by using Ascension, just in random spots in here. Like what rooms would you end up in? See, here we're on the 4th floor, and we're like inside of the spike room here, you know, so you could have just like come here through this way. And if you ascended from here, I mean, geez, where would you end up then? I don't know. I was gonna say if this is the diamond room, so help me. No, this is just the thing. So then you go to, like, just the weirdest spot you can think of, the most obscure spot, and just ascend from there. Yeah, so, like, this makes me think that when you're running around outside the temple, outside the walls, there actually is something on the other side that the game is aware of is actually there. You know, because you can just ascend from inside and come out some random spot out here. And that's actually canonically where the 5th floor is. That's crazy, man. Wow. So there's a lot left for us to do in the desert. But if this is going to be like its own self-contained thing of me just running around the Lightning Temple and talking for a half hour, well then it's going to have to stop in the same place it started. Otherwise it wouldn't really be what the title said it was now, would it? So how about we stand on the corner here? Let's really look down upon our accomplishments. Nah, okay, I think I'm good. Yeah, well, so next time on Tears of the Kingdom, we'll actually do something. We'll actually make some progress. Maybe grab some shrines out here. Maybe grab some Koroks, I don't know. Maybe go back to Gerudo Village and instead of do some side quest or something. Go say hi to Madison, see how she's doing, because she'll be here now that we've done that other side quest. So yeah. Till then, take care, y'all, and thank you for putting up with whatever this was. Because I'll tell you, man. Wait a minute. I'm not hiding behind flowers. Because it's different this time. I have a leaf. That's good enough. See you guys later. Bye!